Next on News 3 at 11, merger mania hits West Michigan again. Will this one cost area jobs?
He's been a critic of Battle Creek government, a civil rights activist. Tonight, he is a wanted man.
And the FBI wants you to look at these pictures of bank robbers at work in Plainwell.
Now, live, you're watching Channel 3, where news comes first. This is News 3 at 11.
Hello, West Michigan. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Jamie Bowl.
And I'm Judy Markey. First at 11, a West Michigan plastics company is going global.
Finland-based AMO Corporation is buying Vicksburg-based S Plastics. The merger was announced this morning, and News 3's George Kitayama joins us now with reaction from S employees.
Well, Jamie and Judy, the reaction from S workers and shareholders can be summed up in one word: excitement. Now, that's because no jobs will be lost, and in fact, the combined company may actually expand. Merger was on the minds of many S workers this afternoon.
Once they were filled in with the information, had everything put in front of them, and they really saw it as a good thing.
Vicksburg-based S is merging with Finland-based AMO, two similar companies with a similar vision, to become the world leader of plastic components for cellular phones.
We could have basically tried to take a lot of capital and build a facility in Europe, and they could have done the same in North America. And we said, geez, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Let's combine the companies.
SSS's 850 workers will join AMO's 700 employees and form a company that will have combined sales in the hundreds of millions of dollars.
This merger will allow us to grow much faster and become a larger global company and grow to $1 billion in the future. I mean, that's the exciting part about this merger today.
The two companies have similar operations, but each brings to the table its own strengths. SSS takes care of the plastic shell, while AMO takes care of the paint and any painting on the shell. The good news for the company: no jobs lost and possible expansion in the future.
Now there's greater horizons out there for us to be able to go after and to continue to grow, and I think that's good for all of our employees across the organization.
AMO will be the parent company, but SSS will keep its name for the North American operations. Now, both companies hope to finalize their merger by the end of this year, and they believe they now will be in a better position to compete with other companies on a global scale. SSS leaders believe they now will be one of the top 10 companies in the industry. Jamie, Judy?
Remarkable. All right. Thanks, George.
AMO is paying about $161 million in stock for SSS. Once the two merge, the stock will be listed under the AMO name. Right now, AMO has 5 plants in Finland and the Netherlands and has another under construction in Hungary. AMO is actually more profitable right now than SSS, but SSS stock has been on an upward climb. Today's news boosted shares by 8¼ points. It closed today at $30 a share. Looking to the weekend now, our clear skies in the forecast.
Let's get a quick check with Amy Sweezy. She's in for Keith Thompson. She has weather first.
It was a great day in West Michigan today. Lots of sunshine, just a couple of clouds, especially this morning. And in West Michigan right now, just a stray cloud here and there. For the most part, we have a very nice night in store. Temperatures right now range anywhere from 70 to 75. And the moon almost full. It happens actually tomorrow. Full moon in West Michigan. Your 48-hour weather first forecast, a pretty nice weekend in store. Lots of sunshine, just a couple of clouds on Saturday and on Sunday. Temperatures tomorrow upper 70s and low 80s for Sunday. We'll take a look at your 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Jamie?
All right, thanks, Amy. One of Battle Creek's best-known civil rights activists is wanted by police.
A warrant is out tonight for Robert Mitchell's arrest on charges of kidnapping and assault with intent to murder. Mitchell's 45-year-old girlfriend told police that Mitchell tied her up, beat her repeatedly, and kept her tied up Wednesday night. The police report also states that she has bruises consistent with her story. Police say this is allegedly happened, apparently allegedly happened at the victim's home, which neighbors say is here.
She and Mr. Mitchell had an argument which turned into a physical fight, and she alleges that he tied her up and assaulted her with his hands and fists and later with a gun as well.
Now, the victim tells police that she thinks this happened because she exposed her affair with Mitchell to his live-in girlfriend. Mitchell's attorney says he will turn himself in, but he won't say when. Mitchell also faces charges of felony firearm and habitual offender. He has one prior conviction for impersonating an attorney.
The FBI is looking for 2 men who they say robbed a Plainwell branch of Comerica Bank today. Now, check out these photos from a surveillance camera. Agents say one of the men showed everyone a chrome-plated handgun, while the other one vaulted over the counter taking money. Then they got away. No shots were fired, no one was hurt. Now, it all happened around 20 to 1 this afternoon. The FBI believes the same two men tried to rob an Old Kent bank in Grand Rapids, but a security guard there locked the door when he saw them coming. Agents say they got away in a late 80s red Cadillac Seville. If you have any information, you're asked to call Silent Observer at 1-800-554-3633 or the FBI at 349-9607. Police are trying to figure out why a driver allegedly left the scene of an accident in Kalamazoo tonight because she was not at fault. It happened just over an hour ago on Whites Road and Westnedge. The motorcyclist made a turn violation and another car hit him. Police say that car left the scene but was stopped just down the road. Both drivers were hurt and were taken to Bronson Hospital. Police say even if the accident is not your fault, you do have an obligation to stop and make sure the other driver is okay.
There will be 110 arms to keep children in Kalamazoo safe this fall. This because of the death of a 5-year-old little girl last December. Janeth Morales crossed in front of her school bus as she was getting off. The bus driver didn't see her and accidentally ran her over. Her parents settled with the Kalamazoo School District. One of the stipulations was that crossing arms be installed on all the buses. When the bus door is open, the arm swings out to help prevent kids from walking in front of the bus. But district officials say the first line of defense against bus accidents is good communication between the students and the driver. A jury in Florida has put a big hurt on big tobacco.
It has awarded 6 smokers a $145 billion verdict. That's a record. It came down today and even seemed to stagger the judge for a moment. This was the first class action lawsuit in the nation to go to trial. And it was the first time the tobacco industry changed tactics from denying responsibility to a defense that they had actually changed.
The Philip Morris is different today, and it's not conducting its business the way it did in the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s.
Finally, they got tagged. Finally, they got hit. The day of reckoning was delayed in coming, and they should just take it.
Up to 700,000 Florida smokers may be covered by today's verdict, but it could be years before anyone actually sees any money. The tobacco companies are promising to appeal.
Environmentalists were looking for support today in front of a West Michigan power plant. They brought out a 20-foot-tall inflatable power plant to the J.H. Campbell complex today in Ottawa County to bring attention to the issue of pollution controls. When cleaner air standards were introduced in 1977, existing power plants were exempt because it was assumed they'd be taken offline soon. Well, that didn't happen. And now the groups are looking for congressional support for a federal law that would bring the old coal-fired plants up to the new standards.
Well, we don't want to see them necessarily offline. We want to make this very clear. We just want them to meet new source performance standards, however they can do so.
All of our power plants operate well within the safe standards for protection of public health and the environment. And even our older power plants do meet stricter standards than when they were constructed.
Consumers Energy says it will continue to upgrade pollution standards as the law dictates. If you combine these two festivals, you'd have the Middle Ages blues.
Yeah, and you can only imagine the songs that would come from that. Well, as you can tell, these songs are more modern. One of 2 festivals this weekend is the 7th Annual Blues Fest, going strong at the Arcadia Creek Festival site in downtown Kalamazoo. Larry Garner and the Boogaloo Blues Band was entertaining the crowd tonight. The Blues Fest continues tomorrow from noon until 11:30.
Hello, it's Windsoft the Snow Dragon. I'm here at the Silverleaf Renaissance Festival. We're gonna have a big...
And puppets are just part of the fun near Galesburg this weekend, where you can get a taste of the Middle Ages. The Silverleaf Renaissance Fair starts tomorrow at River Oaks County Park. Get everything from sword fights to court jesters at the fair. And it goes this weekend and then also the following 2 weekends from 10 in the morning until 6 at night. Still ahead tonight on News 3 at 11, medical problems for the Reverend Billy Graham.
Also more problems for the city of Philadelphia. This tape may lead to a court battle.
And the weekend is here. Will Mother Nature cooperate with your plans? The forecast is next. But first, to look back on 50 years in West Michigan, we're taking a historic trip back as part of Channel 3's Golden Anniversary.
Tonight, how things changed when a highway called I-94 was built. Hello, West Michigan. I'm Jamie Bold. It was a path into a new era, a vast concrete highway speeding up the commute between Battle Creek, Kalamazoo, and the lakeshore, and speeding up the pace of life in West Michigan in the process. I-94 was proclaimed as the first border-to-border interstate in the United States when it ran from St. Joseph on Lake Michigan through Detroit in the early 1960s. I-94 is sometimes referred to as Michigan's Main Street, as it took much of the traffic off the main streets of towns like Kalamazoo, Paw Paw, Galesburg, and Marshall.
When 94 came through, it bypassed these towns, and there was some concern as to what are the towns going to do, but they all survived.
It was 1958 when the old two-lane US 12 was ripped up to make a sprawling four-lane highway. I-94 opened West Michigan to new business opportunities as the gateway widened between Detroit and Chicago. It also widened the horizons of West Michigan residents.
It was an interesting experience with driving on the thing. It was like being on a racetrack almost, but not quite that fast.
WWMT celebrating 50 years of service to West Michigan.
A warrior born to fight for his country now must take arms against it. In this epic battle for justice, only the strong survive. It's over. Jet Li, Fist of Legend. Saturday night at 11:35 on Channel 3.
Well, the weekend's here. We want the weather to cooperate, right?
Yes, that would be nice.
And it's going to. Good news.
Good.
Yes, we're going to have lots of sunshine this weekend and actually a little cooler. So tomorrow, not going to be miserable out there. Might be a little warm, but highs only in the upper 70s. So that's a little cooler than where we should be for this time of year. Let's start off with our weather in 3 words. It is going to be mild, quiet, and sunny as we head into the overnight hours and into the weekend as well. In fact, just a couple of clouds scattered about here and there tonight and into tomorrow. High and low temperatures in West Michigan today. 84 is where we should be, and that's where we made it to in Battle Creek and Grand Rapids today. 82 in Kalamazoo and Muskegon. 81 the high today in Holland. Humidity today nice and low, so it felt quite comfortable across West Michigan. Morning lows in the low to mid 60s, and 61 is where we should be. That is our normal low for this time of year, and that's basically where we're going to be falling to overnight tonight. It is 71 degrees right now in Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo, 70 in Battle Creek. A little cooler along the lakeshore, 67 now in St. Joe, 69 in Holland. It's 66 degrees in Sturgis. Humidity now is at 68%. Winds have calmed down considerably in the last couple of hours, basically anywhere from about 5 to 10 miles per hour, and that's what we'll continue to see throughout the rest of the night tonight. Barometer right now is at 29.83. Now on the radar picture, you'll be able to see just off to the east side of the state quite a few showers and thunderstorms that have kind of fired up in the last several hours, and you can see them kind of exiting the state, moving off to the southeast, falling apart. Storm system that is kind of dragging those with it. Here in West Michigan, it was a pretty calm and quiet day, but on the east side of the state, again, it has been quite active. Several thunderstorm warnings there. But now that cold front that has caused those showers and thunderstorms has pushed off to the east. It's dragging the clouds and the showers with it. And now we have high pressure that's going to move into West Michigan, and that's going to be in control of our weather pattern for the next couple of days. Basically, that means Saturday and Sunday for our weekend. So that means we'll have sunshine. We're going to have a little bit cooler temperatures with the cooler air in place. So tomorrow looks like much of West Michigan will be in the upper 70s for highs, maybe break into the low 80s, but again, 84 is our normal for this time of year. We do have some more activity off to our west, so don't get too used to the sunshine. Looks like early next week we could see some showers and thunderstorms. In the meantime, tomorrow, just a few clouds in West Michigan. We're going to see lots of sunshine. It should be a beautiful day with high temperatures again in the upper 70s to right around 80. Our forecast details go like this. Partly cloudy skies tonight, just a couple scattered clouds here and there with overnight lows right around 60. Tomorrow, more of the same, few clouds here and there with highs in the upper 70s to right around 80. Along Lake Michigan tomorrow, winds and waves will be on the high side, so nice day to be at the beach, maybe not so nice to be in the water. And then looking ahead on your Weather First 7-day forecast, nice weekend followed by a chance for showers and thunderstorms, just a slight chance late Monday and into Tuesday with temperatures basically in the upper 70s and low 80s.
Looks real good. Thanks, Still ahead tonight, the jury's decision. Is the government responsible for the fiery end to the Branch Davidian standoff in Waco?
Plus, a collision at sea. 2 Navy ships getting way too close together. The videotaped police beating of a suspect in Philadelphia has been reduced to a litany of numbers. 59 punches and kicks thrown at Thomas Jones. 10 officers hit him. 3 doing the most damage. 28 seconds for the entire thing. and now one planned lawsuit to be filed against the city by the NAACP.
This incident taking place at 22nd and Spruce in the heart of Center City, overlooking the city's best shopping district. He wouldn't have been beaten up like this.
5 separate investigations are underway, including one by the FBI. The mayor says there will be no cover-up and no witch hunt. Jones is accused of carjacking and shooting a Philadelphia police officer. The department also says he was involved in at least 3 robberies in the 30 hours leading up to the car chase that ended with the beating.
The judge in the Branch Davidian's wrongful death lawsuit says he may render a final verdict as early as next month. A jury in Waco, Texas found the government is not to blame for the deaths of 80 Davidians at their compound 7 years ago. Federal Judge Walter Smith will now take the jury's findings under advisement. He'll also consider whether federal agents shot at the Davidians at the end of the siege. The jury found the government did not use excessive force and was not negligent by driving tanks onto the compound in the final days of the 51-day standoff. Word tonight that the Reverend Billy Graham has Parkinson's disease. Graham's son Franklin told the Senate hearing that his father had a disorder caused by blockage of fluid in the brain, but doctors at Mayo Clinic say the 81-year-old minister suffers from both problems. They did recently remove fluid buildup. A spokesman for Franklin, Graham, says that he misspoke about his father's condition without first consulting doctors.
Where can you find the best hospitals in the country? There's one in Grand Rapids. According to the U.S. News and World Report annual hospital ranking, Spectrum Health in Grand Rapids is ranked in the top 50 in 4 major health specialties. And Butterworth Hospital, now a part of Spectrum Health, is ranked 49th in treating kidney disorders. But experts say these national rankings are just a piece of the pie when it comes to choosing the perfect hospital for you.
It really is incumbent upon people to learn and to take the information in the rankings and take that along with other information, again, the advice of physicians, counsel of family and friends, other people who've had experiences, and sort of take that in their stock.
You can find plenty of help choosing a hospital or doctor online. We've linked a few sites to our website to help you out. Just click on WWMT.com.
They were able to operate under their own power, but there was significant damage when 2 naval ships collided. It happened about 180 miles west of Hawaii last night. Both the USS Denver and the Yukon sustained significant damage. The Denver was scheduled to arrive in Denver late tonight, the Yukon later this weekend. The ships were conducting replenishment operations when they collided. It was supposed to go down off the coast of San Diego tomorrow with thousands of spectators watching.
But a former Canadian warship didn't wait for its send-off. The Yukon sank overnight. Authorities say the decommissioned destroyer began taking on water and sank about an hour and a half later. You have to look real closely there, but you can't see it actually going down. Now, 3 people had to be rescued from the ship. The warship is to become an artificial reef to attract divers and marine life.
A dark video there, but it happened, but not quite the way they wanted it to.
I guess not. No.
Talk about a quick job hunt.
Yeah, let's recap here. The Irish lose a basketball coach and hire a new one, all in a week.
Before the weekend is out, a coach on a short list of a lot of schools, and you'll hear from him next as he's introduced in South Bend. The Tigers hope to keep the momentum going. We'll tell you what happens tonight. And staying solidly in front at the Tour de France is Lance Armstrong. Earlier this week, Notre Dame lost its basketball coach to North Carolina. The job listing doesn't even stay open through the weekend, as tonight, Mike Bray is the new Irish coach. Bray led Delaware to consecutive NCAA tourney berths after a long stint as a Duke assistant coach.
I've only been to South Bend twice before today. Road games when I was with Duke University. Left on the bus through the back exit there and drove off this campus many times, and you wonder, God, I wonder if I could ever be good enough to do it at a place like this. And, you know, all I can say is, wow.
Michigan basketball fans will face ticket hikes next year. $13 seats will jump to $16 per game, and football fans could be charged a $100 seat fee for season tickets. This to help offset a budget deficit caused in part by the end of the Nike contract with the university. Must have been the gum on the helmet tonight that helped out the Houston Astros. Their lucky charm. Watch this. Hideo Nomo. And then gone. He's going to wind up about 5 seconds. Takes a second for Lance Berkman to hit it out of the park. His 13th of the year. Nomo in trouble tonight. Less than 5 innings, 8 runs, 6 earned. Tigers lose. Cubs win, though. Sammy Sosa hits his 24th. and St. Louis all over the White Sox in the 9th inning. The Battlecats shut down King County. South Bend over the Whitecaps. Interesting 8th inning tonight. The grounds crew guy at Old Kent Park tripped the wire. The fireworks went off for no reason and lasted for about 60 seconds. The Grand Rapids Griffins are still in a search for a new head coach. Two of the prime candidates are thought to be former Indianapolis Ice coach Bruce Cassidy and Claude Julien, a successful junior hockey coach in Quebec. Julien is a hot commodity. He turned down an offer to take over Washington's top farm club last year, and he's currently being courted by several NHL teams anxious for his services. Senior Players Championship continues today in Dearborn. Dave Stockton, look at this shot. He vaults into the hunt with a 66 today, and that includes this eagle. He is 7 under for the tournament. Tom Kite, a chance for an eagle. Kite had a lot of opportunities. He would have to tap in for a birdie, and Kite is at 10 under par, along with Hugh Bayaki. Hale Irwin is a couple strokes back, as is Dana Quigley. That was a quick eagle putt there. Some notables: Tom Watson, Bruce Fleischer was 7 under starting the day, lost 6 strokes today. Jack Nicklaus is 3 over. And a little gratuitous blimp shot for you. Tonight in Milwaukee, Lauren Roberts, the nice birdie putt. That is good enough for him to share the lead with Frank Licklider at 11 under par heading into the weekend. A Granville woman is the winner of the Michigan State Women's Amateur Golf Tournament. Stacy Snyder defeated Mary Jane Anderson 5-4 at the Metamora Country Club. For Snyder, it's her first state title. She had not gone any further than the quarterfinals in 3 previous tries. Tour de France, Bastille Day in France today, but the 13th stage was won by Jose Vicente Garcia Acosta, just one cyclist. Lance Armstrong keeps his 4-minute, 55-second lead heading into a very tough stage tomorrow. And finally tonight, Frank Licklider shares the lead. Watch this. He's got the birdie putt right here. Oh, it doesn't fall. He's got a tap in, though. If he taps this in, he's got the lead all by himself. No. He 2-putts from 6 inches.
Oh, my goodness.
Watch what he does with the golf club. Many an amateur can relate to that. And the sad part about it is he was trying to stay out of his playing partner's lie. So he was standing just a little bit off.
But take your time.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that one before.
Yeah, that's the one shot I can make.
Right. Strange. Thanks, John. Hey, there's something fishy going on in the land of 10,000 lakes.
Yeah, in the middle, a sexy stingray embroiled in controversy. The scandal has struck the Underwater Adventures exhibit in Bloomington, Minnesota.
At the center of this shocking controversy, a stingray stud. The kids visiting the aquarium love it. A new batch of little baby stingrays to watch and pet. But who's behind this population explosion of stingrays? Apparently a Ray, known only as Little Boy. He's been separated from his 9 girlfriends after officials discovered 7 new stingray babies in just 12 days. Now Little Boy's been banished to a holding tank for the rest of the year, so they can get a hold on the population explosion.
That's what happens, you know, when you have 9 girlfriends, you are banished, and that's all right.
Is that right?
You should be.
Stingray doghouse for a while, huh?
You know.
Okay.
Okay. It's going to be a nice weekend in West Michigan. We have sunshine, just a couple of clouds here and there. In fact, just a couple of clouds overnight tonight. Temperatures tomorrow a little cooler. We're going to be in the upper 70s and then low 80s for Sunday. Our next chance for rain moves in Monday and Tuesday. Just a slight chance late in the day on Monday. And it's going to get a little more hot and a little more humid into the early part of next week.
We've been lucky, you know. I mean, this whole week, the weekends usually turn out okay.
We haven't had that big stretch where it's been like in the 90s, you know, for a week straight here this summer either.
We haven't. We've only had actually one day that's topped 90 degrees so far this year. So.
No real drought conditions or anything like that, so it's been great.
Can't complain.
All right, thanks, Amy. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend.
We'll see you again on Monday.